Hey guys, hey, I wanted to come to you this evening and bring to you a blog post I made. Actually, I haven't even stuck it up yet, but I made it. And I'm talking about a kind of a uncomfortable subject, and I'm talking about race. It's kind of a continuation of a talk that a friend of mine had and I had on Friday, and I put it up on my YouTube channel. But one of the subjects that we talk about is race, and so I wrote a blog post talking about a black man that was the victim of quite a few crimes by white men. And how does that make us feel? Does that make us feel uncomfortable? And then you find that at the end of the blog post that these crimes were not committed by white men, they were committed by black men. And I was a victim of these crimes. And how does that make us feel? Is there any difference on how we feel? And if there is a difference, why? And I think, that's a discussion that we need to really have. We need to be honest about a few things. We also need to be honest about the fact that, black people commit far more violent crimes than at current rates than white people commit. And how do we feel about that? Does that make us uncomfortable to talk about this? Are we allowed to have honest talks about things? And, one thing I've noticed over the last several years, and even more so the last few years, is we like to get the perspective of black people regarding race and racism and police brutality and that kind of stuff. We want to have them talk about this, and we definitely need to. We definitely need to hear what they have to say, what everyone has to say. But we need to also understand there are other issues going on here as well. And I think one thing we need to talk about, and we need to be comfortable talking about, is crime rates and who's committing these crimes. And are we allowing people, are we allowing white people like myself to feel uncomfortable in a parking lot at nighttime when a group of young black men pull up next to them in a car? Do we allow them to, I get it, they're a group of young black men and you've been the victim of quite a few crimes at the hands of young black men. Yeah, I understand that. I get that. You're not a racist. I get that. Or are they just racist? And if so, why? We can shut down conversations. We can say that people can't speak about certain things. because they're white, we don't want to hear from this, or they have a different point of view. If we don't want to hear this, what you had to say causes violence on, transgenderism, trans people, because you have a view of certain view of hormone blockers and, operations and that kind of stuff. So, especially on kids. So if you say your opinions on things, you're causing possible violence onto that person, onto that group of people. If you have certain experiences with black people, not all, myself, at 2 different times in my life, I've been able to call black people my best friend. But again, and I've had numerous black friends and have numerous black friends. But I'm not allowed to say what it is I have to say. Guys, if we don't talk, we don't allow each other to talk fully, unabashedly say whatever it is they got to say, we're not going to reach any kind of level of truth. If somebody speaks, we automatically point them down as being racist or sexist or transphobic or whatever. We're not going to be able to have a discussion. And we're not changing people's minds. People are going to have the views that they're going to have, even if they're being quiet. Because they're not wanting to be called racist or transphobic or sexist by you or anyone else. So they're just being quiet. They're just being quiet. Their views haven't changed. And all you're doing is making them feel guilty, and they're thinking, am I a bad person? Am I a bad person because I've been assaulted by, 4 different people, 4 different guys, and they were all black, and I get nervous about things. Am I a bad person because I get nervous about who's pulling up next to me in a parking lot? Am I a bad person because of that? Am I a bad person because I disagree with chopping the breasts off a 15-year-old girl? Am I a bad person because of that? Because I disagree with giving a 12-year-old hormone blockers, to transition. Like, I don't feel like I'm a bad person. I don't feel racist. I'm definitely not racist or transphobic or anything else. But according to you, I am. And according to the narrative, I am. How are we ever going to reach any kind of level of healing if we don't allow people to speak about what is on their minds? What they got to say? Again, man, if we don't, we're not changing the minds of people. If we're telling them you're racist and we're shutting them up, or sexist or transphobic, and we're shutting these people up, that there's no conversation. Anyways, guys, if you get a chance, read through my blog post. It's at changeofvision.com, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.